Good morning, BrewSports basketball. I just wanted to give you an update as to where we are now after we have completed week 16 of the regular season. We are closing in on the trade deadline as well, and I'll bring that up for you here in a second. But we've had some big news, movers and shakers happening for the second consecutive week. Elmer swept and Mason got swept. That makes them tied, but joining them also at 24-8 is Josh Dobson. So Josh Dobson is there as well. How incredible is that? Here, let me show you. All right. So if you look here, what you can see is that Josh Dobson currently leads his division by 7 games. That's over Swenson. And then we have Mason and we have Elmer that are tied at 24-8. That's incredible. We have a tie here also at first place in Hold My O'Doul's division between Lance and Matt. So here's the deal. So here's how the tiebreakers work. So first of all, you have to decide the division leaders, and it's still Mason. Mason is 3-2 head-to-head against Elmer, despite the fact that they have the same division record, and Elmer has outscored Mason by 687 points. So that puts them tied. So then you go Mason against Dobson, where they are 1-1 head-to-head, then we go to the points for the tiebreaker, and that gives it to Mason. So Mason is still the number 1 seed, but hanging by a thread, or as Nickelback said, hanging by a moment here with you. So number 1 is Mason. Number 2 is Dobson. Number 3 is Matt Dion. I know it shows here that he's number 2, but Matt Dion has a winning record against Lance head-to-head. And so Dion moves into the number 3 spot, leaving number 4 is still Elmer. Number 5 is Swenson. We drop to number 6 though, where we have Andrew. And Swenson is number 5 because he has a winning record against because he's outscored. They're 1-1 against each other. He's outscored Andrew. That makes the 7th seed a 2-way tie between Aaron and Lance at 14-8. Leaving the 9th seed to be Dana, who had an incredible week this week, over 500 points. The 10th seed is currently Eric. And then the 11th seed is a tie between Chris and Merrifield. Merrifield has lost 13 in a row, technically 6 times. Been swept 6 times in a row. Just to kind of put that together, he was 10-10 at one point in this season and the leader in this division by multiple games, and that is no longer the case. But because his division is so terrible, he can come back. Will he come back? I don't know. Big trade in the NBA as well as Kyrie Irving goes to Dallas. This impacts, obviously, Kyrie Irving. I think it positively impacts Luka, and it also positively impacts, from a fantasy standpoint, Kevin Durant with the Nets. I think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be the big winner, though, in this entire trade as he goes to the Brooklyn Nets. But we'll see. I mean, it's it's a really interesting big trade that's gone down. And I do think that Dallas overspent, especially from a position of leverage. It's kind of weird that they would spend that much, but I don't know. All right. That is your Monday morning update. Oh, I did mention that we would talk about the trade deadline. So the trade deadline is coming up. Let me get that for you. We are 7 days. We are 1 week away from the fantasy trade deadline. And that's basically the start time or game time or Monday night. So it's Monday night, the end of Monday night. Thursday is the NBA trade deadline. So we'll have a couple days after that to see if there's any fallout from any additional trades. All right. Good luck this week. We got some big things happening. We'll see you on the flip side.